was a bit of a waste of time. I never understood like when you know what always gets me about like these people that make arguments and stuff, especially like when I see people that really stand adamant on one thing or another. It honestly, it always feels like to me that nobody ever bothers to be like, this other side like feels really strongly about it being this other thing. Am I wrong? Should I double check and see what is it that's out there and available that's making them say that I might want to make myself aware just to make sure I'm not being misled? And then also that way, if it turns out that the thing that's making them feel that way is also not fully congruent with the actual reality of the matter, that at least I'm aware and I'm able to now kind of communicate that to people. I don't know why people don't just like naturally like think of that, because like the great people on both sides, when they sit there and say that, well, he disavowed him, and it's like, okay, I understand you disavowed him, but when you go and you look, that's not something he immediately did. And then if you want to take the full timeline into perspective with it, like he still didn't even truly disavow them at the very last debate he had with Biden back in 2020, when he told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by, so it's just like I don't understand why people like die on those hills or don't bother to like just further research. Like that one guy, I forgot the guy's name. It's I think of Tatum, something like that. It's like something, it's a T word. But like when he sits there and said, well, Trump never did a Muslim ban, and I'm like he always feels so strongly about that. I'm like, bro, why are you dying on this hill? You can go look up the stuff from his statement all the way to the stuff he actually did, and then the excuse he uses is just that, well, the places were designated like terrorist threats or whatever it was, and that was done by Obama. And I'm like, yeah, but like certain people were still able to like to travel through it, and it wasn't just because they were Muslim. It was because of the designation was because of actual terrorist threat, but then people were still able to travel. Like I remember when Iran, where Iran was I forgot the guy's name, but it was a religious figure who was still traveling to Iran and stuff. And that was like under Obama, right? So it's like the designation, even though the designation is there, all the designation is just it just puts a lot of significant restrictions and stuff from people going back and forth, but you could still travel there. Granted, you met like the whatever you needed to in order to do so.